Good afternoon, students of class 7. Today we are going to take the chapter from the Civics, Social Science, Gender Equality, that is block number 17. Now, when you turn the page and see the first chapter, that is the first page, Understanding Equality, it's also called the Gender Equality. Now, you know what is the meaning of gender. You already know we have two genders basically. The first one is the masculine and feminine gender. So basically what we are going to do is, here you open the page number 34. First we are going to see the case study which has been given over here. You can see a case study. This is about the Roop Kaur. This Roop Kaur female, she belongs to Rajasthan in a village, and this incident happened in 1987, where a girl, 18 years old girl, her husband expires, and what happens, she becomes a widow. When she becomes widow, she has to give her life on the funeral or the pyre of her husband. She has to die, she has to burn herself. Now, what an irony, where a female is been asked after her husband is died. This system is called sati system, you already know, which was very much prevalent in the olden times. Now, in case if the female does not give the life, the society and the other people, they force her to give the life. This is the study. This Roop Kaur case study has been given, which tells the biasness of the male and a female. It's also been asked, if a female dies, does the same thing male does? No, not at all. This is called gender, understanding gender, how our society and our country is been divided, and what margins they have for the males and females, how they look upon the males on one side, how they look upon the females on the other side. Whereas when the boy has been born, and when he was small, he's been given different kinds of toys, building blocks and helicopters, aeroplanes, and different kinds of constructive toys. Whereas girl, when she's been born, she's only been given a doll to play, or the kitchen set has been given to her. From the beginning only, the parents, what we do, and the society, what does the child is been given, the kind of a learning is, the females have to look after the kitchen and the babies, whereas males from the beginning they have been taught to look after and do more powerful things. That is what the gender equality tells. We have read on page number 35, and it's also been given the stereotype type of mentality from the olden times, how the thinking of the people are been going on. When it does not change, it's called the stereotype. We just opt for the traditional kind of system, where the females have to look after the babies and do household work, whereas males, what happens is, they are been given the different kinds of job. That is called stereotype. One does not changes the kind of a mentality. What a female has to do is to be restricted under the four walls, whereas males are born to go anywhere and explore the entire world. We have read just now the page number 34. Now what happens is, now we are going to see after this page number 35. Yeah, page number 35 tells you that how women's work has been valued, where women full day she does. You can see in this picture also, this female, she is washing clothes. Lots of energy has been required in this work, not even in this doing the old full household chores, whereas she washes the vessels, or she does the cooking work or washing. It's not, and not even that, when the small children are there, their upbringing, and their upbringing, at the same time the looking after the elderly people in the house, all requires lots of physical work, which is not been valued at all. The valuing women's work, this is the topic which has been given on this page. They are not been given the salary. Whereas if the male goes out and work, he gets the salary in the same way. When you see this page here, given here, the job description has been given here. You can see here the job details, gender details. If you see the agriculture work also, the plowing that has been given in the agriculture term, male has been given 212 rupee, where a female is given only 123 rupees. When it comes to the sowing, that means when the seeds have been sown, that time also the males have been given higher salary, 185 rupees, females are given only 148 in comparison. Well digging and other unskilled labors, everything you can see on this page number, where the females are being given the less wages, less salaries, as it applies to the job also. When the females goes out for the job, the females are being paid, underpaid as comparative to the males. Now, we have read now the page number 35. Now, what happens is, after page number 35, you come on to page number 36. Here, two case studies are been given. In this one, first one is Rasundra Devi. This female, actually the case study has been given. This Rasundra Devi female, she has been born in Bengal, and what happened from the beginning only, she wants to study. She tells her, express herself towards to the parents and says, I want to study. They said, no, you have to look after the job of the house. Once you get married, you have to look after the job. So with the same desire, she gets married one day when she becomes young. When she becomes young and get married, same thing has been told to Rasundra Devi in Bengal from her in-laws, that you have to do your household work. You are not supposed to go out and study, because after all you don't have to do any kind of a job. Males are there, they are responsible, they have to look after the job, they have to be more strong, because they have to look after the economic affairs or the economic means of the family. Now, this Rasundra Devi, when she goes to her in-laws house, she gives birth to a baby boy, and he was been allowed to go to the school. When he comes back from the school and he studies, what she does, she used to steal the pages of this boy, his own son, and sees different books, and none of the teachers have taught her. She has not been given chance to the school, so she used to copy the alphabets, and she started learning the alphabets by herself, and slowly she has written in this case study. When you see the Rasundra Devi first case study, she has written the autobiography. In this autobiography, she has written that in 60 years, when she learns how to read and write, she has written about herself. Autobiography has been written by oneself. So she has written about herself that I had a strong desire to study, but entire life I was being suppressed, and after getting married, from the son's stealing of the pages, I have learned so many things. The second case study is also been given about the Sarita story. Here the girl, you can see here the picture here, the girl's picture. When you see the girl's picture, she is carrying the tray, and two boys, two of her own brothers, they are studying, and she is asking the brothers, all the time she has to do the household work, and she is asked to do the same work. When she goes to the parents says no. When she has been asked to tell to the brothers says no. You are supposed, what you will do? They make a fun of the daughter of the Sarita, own sister, and says, what you are going to do? You are only look after, you will get married one day, and you have to look after the household chores. So better you look after these things. This has been given. So this is the kind of the stereotype mentality which has been given by this two case studies, and how the girls have been discriminated or been bifurcated in the Indian society, which has been mentioned on page number 36. Now, when we come to again the page number 36, when we come to page number, the last page, that is 37 page. Now, women were being suppressed for so many years. They have been really deprived of their rights. of getting educated, of going to get work in the jobs. And you can see this bar which has been given over here. This bars, or this tells the comparative studies, where in 2000 and 1961, where the girls and boys were having the equal ratio 975, boys and girls were been born equally, and it's get deteriorated, it got decreased. And when it comes to 2011, the last one you see, 2011, girls and boys ratios become very less. Now girls are only 900 in comparison in 2011, in comparison to the boys, where the boys are in thousands, right? So the females, they are afraid of giving birth to the girl child. And what happens is, they the more they like to give birth to the baby boys, where they get the dowry. And the females, when they get married, they are being discriminated many times. The what happens is, the female child faces such a lot of problems, like what happens is, the mother-in-law, father-in-law and the husband, they suppress for the dowry. Many times she has been burned alive. All these things were happening, and females were not able to resist this, that we too have the potential to study and work. So what happened is, in this moment, two great people, that is Vidya Chandra, one is the Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar. These are the two males who stood for the females, and they have worked in the upliftment of the males for their education, for the jobs, where the females are being deprived of their rights, where they have been victimized for the dowry and for the home violence. He stood up and he spoke against them. And then what happened? All the females, they got together, and there was a campaign which happened in 1980, where across the country, across the India, females death, harassment in the workplace and in the domestic violence cases. What happened is, they have devoted their they got together, they came out in the rallies, they came out in the public meetings, they had in the villages, they had songs. Through songs they were educating people. They have written, they have consulted media, they have raised the issues of the females. And at the same time, what happened is, they have also written to the leaders and to the judges, and they have requested to make the laws against it. And this picture you can see in the villages, this is called Gulabi Gang. The females have got together and made different kinds of association. So what we have seen in the gender discrimination is how the males and the females are being looked in from two different point of view. This is about the gender discrimination, where the females are being looked from the different point of view, and the males are being looked from the different point of view. So here we end the gender discrimination. Everything has been taught in this chapter about the male and female discrimination. You can go through with this chapter. Thank you so much. I just taught you block number 17. Thank you.